Happy Independence Day to all of the viewers of Millennium News 24. Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Biden wishes US public Happy Independence Day. In uncertain times, Americans take a break for Independence Day. 6 people injured after carnival ride tips over at 4th of July celebration in Washington state. Biden tells Democrats he saw a doctor after the debate. Biden says he screwed up but vows to continue as polls show 6-point lead for Trump. Trump allies intensify Harris attacks as Biden replacement talk builds. Trump falsely claims to have driven Biden from race in video. Hurricane Beryl churns toward Mexico after leaving destruction in Jamaica and Eastern Caribbean. Britain's vote in election expected to deliver Labour landslide. Putin and Xi meet at Central Asian summit aimed at countering US. At age 22, is starter Joey stays blanks Angels. And NHL gets its first female coach and assistant with the Seattle Kraken. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Joe Biden wished Americans a happy 4th of July, also known as Independence Day. He wrote on X, "May God bless you all, and may God protect our troops." Across the nation, people celebrated with parades, fireworks, and gatherings. US Independence Day 2024 on July 4 is a federal holiday with government offices, schools, stock market remaining closed. Americans tend to celebrate the 4th of July with a true sense of patriotism. Generally, people hoist American flags at their houses, parades being organized in big cities. July 4th also witnesses traveling rush every year. 4th July US Independence Day commemorates history, heritage, and people of United States of America. In 1775, the people in the 13 American colonies commenced their struggle for independence from British rule under King George III. This conflict marked the beginning of the American Revolutionary War, a fight driven by the colonists' desire for self-governance and freedom from oppressive British policies. The momentum for independence culminated on July 2, 1776, when Congress secretly voted in favor of breaking away from Great Britain, setting the stage for a historic declaration. Millions of Americans took a welcome 4th of July break on Thursday, flocking to parades, fireworks shows and barbecues for a brief respite from the daily drumbeat of unsettling news at home and abroad. The holiday, which marks the July 4 signing of the Declaration of Independence from Britain in 1776, is a day when Americans traditionally celebrate with proud displays of old-fashioned patriotism. This year, with the country's drift toward hyper-partisanship and an election battle underway between President Joe Biden and challenger Donald Trump, it was a chance for Americans to come together for a day and forget about their differences. With red, white, and blue flags and bunting decorating homes and shops from New England to Hawaii, Independence Day was, as usual, mostly about family, food, and summer fun. In New York, the annual Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest usually sets the tone for a day of overindulgence. After dark, it ended with a bang along the Hudson River, where the Macy's fireworks display lit up the sky against the backdrop of Manhattan's skyline. Later in the day, the Macy's department store chain staged its 48th annual 4th of July fireworks show along the Hudson for the first time in a decade. In recent years, the spectacle was staged along the East River. Across the country, other cities hosted fireworks shows, road races, baseball games, and other events that gave people the chance to forget their troubles and relax. 6 people were injured Wednesday night when a ride at an Independence Day carnival in Oak Harbor, Washington, tipped over. The city, about 90 miles north of Seattle, stated on Facebook that the injuries were minor and treated on site. Details about the ride that tipped over are still unclear, but a carnival attendee told Kiro 7 that it's called the Cyclone. Photos on the city's Facebook page show a spinning swing ride collapsed on its side. Oak Harbor officials said the ride was quickly secured and shut down, and the carnival was closed for the rest of the evening. They plan to work closely with the ride vendor to inspect and determine what caused the accident to prevent future incidents. Oak Harbor Police Chief Tony Slowick emphasized their commitment to safety. Our priority is to thoroughly investigate this incident and take all necessary measures to maintain the highest safety standards. The city assured residents and visitors that they are dedicated to ensuring everyone's safety and well-being at such events. President Joe Biden told Democratic governors he was checked by a doctor after last week's debate, contradicting earlier White House statements about his medical care. During a meeting with governors, Biden assured them his health was fine despite his poor debate performance. Earlier, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said Biden hadn't had any medical exams since February. However, the White House later clarified that while Biden hasn't had a full physical since February, he has seen a doctor for brief check-ins, including after the debate. White House spokesman Andrew Bates confirmed that Biden was checked for a cold and was recovering well. He added that Biden hasn't had any neurological scans since the debate. Biden's meeting with governors was led by Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, chairman of the Democratic Governors Association. The meeting aimed to address concerns about Biden's debate performance and discuss the path forward. Despite the debate issues, Biden emphasized that his health is stable and he remains committed to his campaign. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. President Joe Biden admitted to a mistake during last week's debate against Donald Trump, but vowed to stay in the race despite trailing in polls. In interviews with radio stations in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, Biden urged voters to judge his presidency, not his debate performance. Speaking to Milwaukee's Earl Ingram, Biden highlighted his achievements, including appointing a black woman as vice president and the first black woman to the Supreme Court. Biden criticized Trump for comments about black workers, saying Trump has little interest in minority communities. Recent polls show Biden trailing Trump by 6 points nationally. A Wall Street Journal poll found 80% of respondents believe Biden is too old for a second term. Another poll by the New York Times Siena also shows Trump leading. Biden remains committed, emphasizing his 3.5 years of accomplishments over a single debate performance. Donald Trump's campaign has launched an early attack on Vice President Kamala Harris amid speculation that she might replace President Joe Biden on the 2024 ticket. Over the past 48 hours, Trump's campaign and Republican allies have been active on social media and in statements aiming to discredit Harris. They are preparing for the possibility that if Biden, who insists he is not quitting, steps down after his weak debate performance, Harris might take his place. Despite Biden's assurances, Trump's team sees little risk in targeting Harris now, hoping to weaken her if she becomes the nominee. Republicans have consistently criticized Harris during Biden's term, but this week's attacks are more intense and coordinated. The National Republican Congressional Committee called her Biden's enabler-in-chief, while MAGA Incorporation, a Trump-supporting super PAC, labeled her the invasion Caesar. This references her role in 2021 to work with Mexico and Central America on immigration issues. Republicans accuse her of failing to stop illegal immigration, although she wasn't directly responsible for securing the border. The attacks come as speculation grows about Harris potentially stepping in if Biden decides to withdraw from the race. Donald Trump called Joe Biden a broken-down pile of crap on the verge of quitting the race in a secretly filmed video leaked on Wednesday. The clip obtained by the Daily Beast shows Trump in a golf cart with his son Barron holding a pile of cash and discussing the 2024 campaign. Trump predicted Biden wouldn't seek re-election, saying he just quit, he's quitting the race. He added that this would leave Kamala Harris as the opponent, whom he described as so bad. Despite Trump's claims, the White House and most Democrats insist Biden will stay in the race, although polls show he has slipped 6 points behind Trump. Biden's campaign denied any plans to step down. Absolutely not, said Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Democratic governors echoed this, saying Biden is in it to win it. The Trump campaign hasn't commented on the video but predicted the total collapse of the Democratic Party after Biden's poor debate performance. The Biden-Harris campaign called the video a new rock bottom for Trump. The leak came just after the Trump campaign released its first attack ads against Harris, the likely candidate if Biden steps aside. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Hurricane Beryl wreaked havoc across the Caribbean, ripping off roofs in Jamaica, jostling fishing boats in Barbados, and damaging or destroying 95% of homes on 2 islands in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. At least 9 people lost their lives. Beryl, the earliest storm to become a Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic, weakened to a Category 3 by Thursday but remained powerful. The hurricane's eye wall brushed Jamaica's southern coast on Wednesday, causing significant damage. Prime Minister Andrew Holness warned that that Jamaica hadn't seen the worst yet. In Kingston, fallen telephone poles and trees blocked roads, and 65% of the island was without electricity, water, and had limited telecommunications. A young man died after being swept into a storm drain, and a woman perished when her house collapsed. Residents used a break in the rain to start clearing debris. In the south-central parish of Clarenton, people worked to repair roofs and clear downed trees and poles. Seymour, a resident, expressed gratitude despite the destruction. "I am just grateful for life, although burial destroyed a lot of roofs and we don't have any water or electricity." He said government officials continue to assess the damage despite communication challenges in the hardest hit areas. Britons voted on Thursday in a parliamentary election expected to bring Keir Starmer's Labour Party to power, ending Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's Conservative rule after 14 years. Opinion polls predict a landslide victory for Labour, driven by voters seeking change after years of Conservative infighting and turmoil, which saw 5 prime ministers in 8 years. Starmer, a 61-year-old former human rights lawyer, could face a challenging start with limited financial resources. "Today, Britain can begin a new chapter," Starmer told voters. "We cannot afford 5 more years under the Conservatives, but challenge will only happen if you vote Labour." Polling stations opened at 6 a.m. GMT. Sunak, 44 years old, and his wife Akshata Murthy voted early in his Richmond district. Starmer voted later with his wife in North London. Sunak, who called the election earlier than expected, has warned of the dangers of an unchallenged Labour Party, claiming they would raise taxes and harm economic recovery. "Don't let that happen," he urged voters. Voting ended at 10 p.m. GMT with an exit poll expected soon after and detailed results in the early hours of Friday. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping praised their Eurasian Security Club, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, as a force for global stability on Wednesday. At the summit, Putin and Xi highlighted the SCO's role in countering Western influence. Founded in 2001 by Russia, China, and Central Asian nations, the SCO now includes India, Iran, and Pakistan. Putin called the SCO a key pillar of a fair, multipolar world order and celebrated strong ties between Moscow and Beijing. "Our cooperation is not aimed against anyone," he said. "We are just acting in the interests of our peoples." She emphasized the long-standing friendship between China and Russia and progress in their bilateral relations. He referred to Putin as an old friend and stressed the need to uphold their shared aspirations amid an ever-changing international situation. The SCO summit, held in Astana, Kazakhstan, focused on external security threats like drug trafficking and domestic instability. Putin held meetings with Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, and the presidents of Azerbaijan and Mongolia. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will not attend the summit, sending Foreign Minister Subramaniam Jaishankar instead. The summit concludes on Thursday. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,091.65. The NYSE Composite is increased by 63.48 points or 0.35%. Tokyo stock close price is 40,913.65. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 332.89 points or 0.82%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,957.57. The Shanghai index is decreased by 24.81 points or 0.83%. Hong Kong stock close price is 18,028.28. The Hang Seng index is increased by 49.71 points or 0.28%. Bombay stock close price is 80,049.67. The Sensex index is increased by 62.87 points or 0.08%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Joey Estes, 22 years old, pitched a 5-hit shutout for the Oakland Athletics in a 5-0 victory over the Los Angeles Angels. It was Estes' first shutout in just his 12th major league start. He allowed no extra base hits, walked 1 and struck out 4. Brent Rooker and Max Schumann homered for the A's, who aimed for a series sweep. Angels starter Davis Daniel gave up 5 runs, 4 earned over 5 and 1/3 innings. Christian Walker hit 2 home runs as the Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 12-4. Walker has 7 homers against the Dodgers this season. Bryce Jarvis earned the win in his major league debut despite giving up 4 early runs. Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez homered for the Dodgers, who lost to Arizona at home. Starter Gavin Stone struggled, allowing 4 runs in 3 innings. Ryan Yarbrough took the loss as the Dodgers fell to 2-3 against Arizona at home this season. Jessica Campbell made history as the first female coach in the NHL after being named assistant coach for the Seattle Kraken, the league announced Wednesday. She joins head coach Dan Bylsma, with whom she worked for 2 years at Seattle's AHL affiliate, the Coachella Valley Firebirds. Campbell initially became the AHL's first full-time female assistant coach with the Firebirds in 2022. Bylsma praised Campbell's dedication to player development and her strong relationships with players like Ty Cartier, Shane Wright, and Raker Evans. Under Campbell's coaching, the Firebirds reached the Calder Cup final in both the 2022-23 and the recent seasons. Before joining the Kraken, Campbell coached alongside Bylsma in a preseason game against the Calgary Flames in September, where the Kraken narrowly lost 3-2. Her appointment marks a significant step forward for gender diversity in professional hockey coaching, highlighting her achievements in player development and leadership at both AHL and now NHL levels. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden wishes US public Happy Independence Day. In uncertain times, Americans take a break for Independence Day. 6 people injured after carnival ride tips over at 4th of July celebration in Washington state. Biden tells Democrats he saw a doctor after the debate. Biden says he screwed up but vows to continue as polls show 6-point lead for Trump. Trump allies intensify Harris attacks as Biden replacement talk builds. Trump falsely claims to have driven Biden from race in video. Hurricane Beryl churns toward Mexico after leaving destruction in Jamaica and Eastern Caribbean. Britain's vote in election expected to deliver Labour landslide. Putin and Xi meet at Central Asian summit aimed at countering US. At age 22, is starter Joey stays blanks Angels. And NHL gets its first female coach and assistant with the Seattle Kraken. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jagu TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jagu BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.